How's it going, everybody? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top amazing supplements, techniques, tips, mindset shifts for improving your focus and what a lot of people call improving your dopamine, bro. Okay? So, first of all, let's get the supplements out of the way because most people just want a pill to fix their problems, which is actually one of the main reasons why people suck at focusing because they're not addressing the root cause. But let's get the herbs and supplements out of the way because they can make a major benefit for everyone. All right, so the first one, rhodiola rosea. Please watch my videos on how to properly dose it, the right type to take, and the fact that a lot of times less is more with rhodiola. Rhodiola rosea, 3% rosavin, 1% solidaricide extract, anywhere from 100 milligrams to around 500 milligrams a day is the effective dosage range. If too much makes you feel tired or gives you insomnia, try lowering your dose significantly down to 100 milligrams. This is why I prefer powders, so you can titrate the dose accordingly. Next supplement on the list would be L-tyrosine. Okay, tyrosine is a precursor to dopamine. By the way, just so you all know, rhodiola increases beta-endorphin as well as norepinephrine synthesis and reduces cortisol over time. Tyrosine is a precursor, a direct precursor to dopamine, norepinephrine, and all of the neurotransmitters responsible for improving your focus. I have many videos about it and the research surrounding it, so look at that if you want more in-depth information, oftentimes going up to about an hour just discussing that one supplement. But yeah, so tyrosine, another amazing amino acid supplement that you can take. You want to take it on an empty stomach. Effective doses range from anywhere from 200 milligrams to around 2 grams a day, or 2,000 milligrams. I would say on average, 500 milligrams to 1 gram is about the amount most people find benefit with. You must change the experiment with different doses because just like with everything else, a lot of times less is more. And if you take too much tyrosine, it might make you feel kind of tired due to its effects on lowering cortisol. It also has benefits on boosting testosterone indirectly through lowering prolactin. The same benefit can be achieved through most dopamine precursors and dopamine agonist compounds. All right, next on the list would be mucuna prurens. Freaking amazing. Mucuna prurens, one of its main claims to fame is a direct dopamine precursor that's higher on the catecholamine cascade. Okay, so it can provide you L-dopa, which is the next intermediate step in the dopamine cascade above tyrosine. But it also has other things in it, like it has some compounds that seem to remove tyrosine. Is it tyrosine hydroxylase? Whatever the rate limiting step is, so it improves the recycling of dopamine, and there's also, or it's yeah. So then there's also, I believe it has a small amount of a serotonin precursor in it as well as many other things. Next on the list would be, let's see, reishi mushroom. So reishi mushroom would be an amazing focus boosting compound for someone who has a lack of focus due to anxiety, jitteriness, or just overexcitability. Okay, a lot of people, they are just hyped up on caffeine and stimulants and stuff, and they take that because they can't focus, and they find that it might boost their motivation or focus if they're hyped up on caffeine or yohimbe or some kind of stimulant. When in reality, a lot of people, their focus is scattered because they can't calm the fuck down. And so they can't even meditate. If you're one of those people who can't sit for 10 minutes and listen to your breathing without any kind of external stimuli or music or whatever, or you can't read a book, you need to take some reishi and cut off the stimulants, okay? You're overstimulated. Reishi is amazing with that. I recommend a 10-to-1 or 16-to-1, some kind of concentrated extract that is dual extracted, preferably, or hot water extracted, and it's from the fruiting body of Donwood reishi only. from hardwood logs. I do not recommend anything that's mycelium based, okay? If it doesn't list some of the active constituents and things and how it's extracted, it's probably an inferior product. Or if it's grown on grain, probably not a good product. All right. And brands I recommend would be Hyperion Herbs or Lost Empire Herbs, or Terrasol to a certain degree. So, lion's mane might be effective. However, it takes some time for that to kick in. I would recommend a low dose lion's mane. Fruiting body extract is okay, but there's a lot of kind of controversy about which one's best. A dual extracted mycelium and fruiting body extract tends to be pretty good. That has a certain concentration of the active constituents. Hyperion Herbs probably has the best, but it's so potent it might make you depressed, so you want to take a very tiny amount. I found Terrasol brand lion's mane 4-to-1 extract of the fruiting body. It's amazing. Boosts my mood, boosts my focus, makes everything look more colorful. I took about a teaspoon of that before, and it made me feel great. But you're going to have to experiment, find what works best for you. Next on the list of supplements and herbs and things for focus is going to be L-theanine and caffeine stack. This is a classic biohacking stack or whatever, neurotropic stack. So L-theanine is a freaking amino acid that increases alpha waves in the brain. It seems to have amazing agonist effects on boosting GABA, but also effects on the glycine and MDMA receptors. And basically what it's supposed to do is increase the conversion of glutamate to GABA, so that instead of getting the neurotoxic effects of too much glutamate, as well as like the overstimulation of catecholamines and cortisol and stuff, all the negative effects of caffeine, right? L-theanine tends to kind of offset. So usually it's recommended to take a two parts theanine to 1 part caffeine ratio. My favorite would be around 400 milligrams of theanine to 200 milligrams of caffeine, or a 1-to-1 ratio. And you'll find amazing benefits. Some people mix tyrosine, theanine, and caffeine together. Or you can just drink green tea. But the problem is green tea has 1 part theanine to 2 parts caffeine. And it depends on the type of caffeine that you consume, or the type of green tea or black tea or the different forms, matcha or whatever. Sencha versus Dragonwell or whatever. Gunpowder. Or black tea, or white tea, or whatever. They all have different concentrations of caffeine, epicatechin gallate, and L-theanine. That all have different effects on the neurochemistry effects after you drink it. But green tea also has powerful benefits on brain-derived neurotropic factors, as well as containing theanine and epicatechin gallate and other polyphenols and caffeine, all in the same package. So you might want to change your caffeine source to green tea. So another thing, and really look up the synergistic effects of mucuna with green tea extract. Okay, you might want to take what I did for a long time was take matcha green tea mixed with mucuna purins extract together, and amazing effects on dopamine carboxylase and L-theanine and all these things combined together. Really, really good stack. What else? AcetylLCarnitine, also known as AlCar, by itself or combined with other things. Amazing benefits in shuttling fat into fatty acids, free fatty acids, and the mitochondria, which can improve your focus. Has some other benefits on acetylcholine and dopamine synthesis and recycling. I found amazing motivation boosting properties from taking something like, I don't remember the ratio, but it was like 1 gram of acetyl-L-carnitine with something like 200 milligrams of ALA, alpha lipoic acid, and then I think I stacked it with Hyperzine A, which is also an acetylcholine boosting compound. And for even more synergy, so I'd start with that one. Hyperzine A, tiny, like 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams. Combine that with Alcar, around 1,200 milligrams of Alcar, and then ALA, alpha lipoic acid. 200 milligrams alpha lipoic acid to around, 500 milligrams of every Alcar you take. But be careful, and then you can add alpha GPC or some kind of choline bitartate or choline compound. All of that together will really get that damn acetylcholine jiving, okay? So there's that, acetylcholine, but that's the ultimate acetylcholine stack. Just be careful because you're taking too much acetylcholine stuff. If you start to have headaches, you start to have insomnia, you start to feel like, wah! Or more aggressive or anxious or whatever. But if you take just enough, remember, less is more often with these things. You might start to notice the amazing effects, right? And this goes really well with a ketogenic diet. So anyway, there's a lot of focus boosting compounds you can take, but these are the ones I've really had the most success with off the top of my head. And there's more, but we'll make more videos about that in the future. And magnesium L-threonate is also a good one, but that shit's expensive. So anyway, let's move on to diet now. So ketogenic diet, okay? Improving your focus, okay? Ketogenic diet. It might, so after the first 2 weeks, okay, of keto, you should start to notice pretty decent benefit. I have lots of videos on how to do a keto right. There's a lot of really bad information about keto, and a lot of people don't take in enough salt, don't take in enough protein, or they eat too much fiber, or they eat too much net carbs, or they think that if they have one day of binging on carbs, it'll kick them out of ketosis, and they got to keto adapt all over again, which is not true. I'll make more videos about keto troubleshooting in the future, but I've already solved most of these problems. Let me know down below if you have any questions about problems you might have experienced on keto. I'll help you overcome it. Trust me, keto, everyone can do keto properly and feel amazing on it. They just need to know the right shit for them, okay? The right things that they're fucking up on. Lots of bad information about keto. But anyway, if you do it right and do it long enough, you will notice amazing benefits on focus, well-being, motivation. Your sleep will improve, all sorts of stuff. Exercise performance, believe it or not, your anaerobic conditioning. Supposedly, you can only run on glycogen, and that can only be refilled through carbohydrates. It's all false. Your body starts to upregulate lipolysis and other fat-burning enzymes, and you can actually convert free fatty acids, glycerol, pyruvate, and other things into glycogen and glucose and ATP. And it's your ability to turn adipose tissue and free fatty acids circulating in the blood into ATP starts to upregulate and double over time to where you can burn fatty acids for ATP at a dramatically improved rate, over double, actually, after a while through intense exercise. So more videos on that in the future. Until then, read the work of Jeff Volok and Stephen Finney, The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Performance in particular, and their lectures are amazing. But yeah, after a while, so ketogenic diet will improve your focus, or if you're a lightweight, you can simply do a lighter version of a low-carb diet. For most people, for a light version of a low-carb diet, I recommend just reading this fucking diet, okay? I know cavemen didn't actually eat this fucking diet, okay? I know that most, paleo people or whatever, hunter-gatherers, ate grains and all sorts of shit. But look, we're not talking about the accuracy of the paleo diet. We're talking about how can we improve focus through nutrition. Read this fucking book, follow the diet that it recommends to the T, but add 3 grams of sodium. He fearmongers about sodium and tells you not to eat salt. I'm telling you, you're going to need 3 grams of sodium on any diet that you take, especially low carb. Eat 3 grams of sodium and follow this diet to the T if you're not ready to jump into a full-fledged ketogenic diet because you're scared that ketosis will kill you or you're addicted to carbs. You damn carb addict junkie, okay? Anyway, and I'm not the type of person that says carbs are bad. But anyway, Yeah. So any kind of low carbohydrate diet that focuses on whole foods is going to be bad fucking ass. You need more salt though. That's the other thing. Sodium. So a lot of people seem to suffer from a low-grade subclinical hyponatremia. They're not getting enough salt in their diet. And so what can happen is blood volume seems to lower a little bit. They get symptoms of low blood pressure. Things like dizziness, things like fatigue, lethargy, brain fog. And if you feel dizzy after you get up from a sitting position or a laying position, or you feel like you're going to black out. All of these are signs that you're under eating sodium and your body's not retaining a lot of the water you're drinking. If you find yourself always thirsty and you see water come out out of in your urine clear, that's a sign you're drinking way too much fucking water. And the whole idea that you need to keep drinking water all day, 8 glasses a day, it's fueled by Nestle and these other bottling companies to make you want to buy more bottled water. Because otherwise, it's pretty much impossible to be consuming as much water as people tell you to throughout the day. Unless you carry a gallon jug around with you like I do. But read the book Waterlogged. I think it was by Timothy Noakes. If you want more information on how you're probably hydrating yourself to death. And get enough salt, please. Okay? And I don't think that the scientific references in this book are really that accurate, but there's a great book called The Salt Fix by James D. Nicolantonio, Dr. James, PhD, pharmacist, whatever. And that's just a good book to kind of like convince you that, hey man, like I'm probably under eating sodium and I shouldn't be scared of it. And if anything, I might actually be harming my health by not eating at least 2 grams of sodium a day. Anyway. So eat enough salt and you will notice a benefit in your energy, your performance, your sleep, your insomnia. A lot of people have sleep problems that's caused by too much potassium and not enough salt. So yeah, don't supplement potassium, eat more salt. And maybe supplement a little potassium too, depending on who you are. Follow a ketogenic diet or a low-carb diet. I recommend the New Atkins for a New You by Stephen Finney, Jeff Volek, and Dr. Eric Westman, or The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Living, which is more of a guide for doctors and clinicians. You might not understand it if you read through it, unfortunately. Not really for lay people without a background on science, and even a lot of doctors might not be able to understand it because, well, they didn't pay attention in their classes, apparently. So anyway, yeah. So we're talking about focus here. But yeah, protein. Get at least a minimum of 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight a day. Okay? Seriously, do not be scared of protein, and seriously, force yourself to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight if you're serious about feeling good. All these motherfuckers out there who are like, you track your protein first. 2 pounds of meat a day. Okay? Lots of people are scared of eating protein because they think they're going to get cancer, it's going to rot in my intestine, and all these dumb things that have no actual evidence backing their claims. You will not feel that great if you're under eating protein, but that's the number one thing that improved my physical performance. It made me start to burn fat effortlessly, no matter how many calories I ate when I bumped my protein up. And that's more nuanced. Calories do matter, I'm just saying, but you burn more calories and eat more protein. You feel amazing, improves your sleep, improves your mood. Eat enough fucking protein, damn it. That's the number one thing people fuck up on with their nutrition. They're not eating enough fucking protein. What the fuck, man? Seriously. Right? They're like, oh, I eat a big salad every day, and I do kale smoothies and stuff. I really care about my health. I eat a healthy diet. And I limit red meat to once a day. I'm like, okay, well, how much total protein are you eating per day? I'm eating about 50 grams a day, maybe, right? We start to, like, I eat 1 egg in the morning. I eat 2 egg whites at lunch and a chicken breast for dinner. I eat plenty of protein. It's like, motherfucker, you're eating not even a half of your ideal body weight in protein. It's no wonder that you have all these like problems with your energy and your mood and your focus. What the fuck? But I'm eating healthy. I'm getting kale shakes. I'm getting salads. Woo! Shut the fuck up. That shit ain't healthy. It's not doing shit for your focus, for your energy. It's not improving your blood markers. It might be causing constipation, gas, bloating, maybe making you shit more because you're eating more fiber. But look, if you're not eating enough protein, you're not fucking eating healthy. You're not doing anything real. That's a delusional kind of approach to health. Anyway, woo, calm down, Wolfgang, with the rants, all right? Fuck the kale. Eat more protein. You will feel the fucking benefits. Damn it, right? All right, anyway, I'm looking forward to the comments down below. Ooh, he's cussing. Ooh, I'm going to cry. Shut the fuck up. Eat your protein and shut up. All right, anyway. Yeah, people wonder why I feel so good and have so much energy all the time. It's because I got my tonic herbs on check. I got my goddamn life purpose on check and my diet on check. I eat enough protein, motherfuckers. All right, anyway, back to reality. Back to the damn subject of the video. Focus, damn it. All right, now the important shit that I would like to start the video off with, but most people to turn off the video when I talk about this. This is the real shit that'll really work, okay? All right, first of all, detach your identity from any kind of claims that you think you have. I have ADHD, or I just can't focus, or I'm just the type of person that doesn't focus. I have a genetic deep predisposition to not focusing. Fuck off. No, that's probably not true. It's probably not, but you'll create a self-fulfilling prophecy that ends up reinforcing your belief that you have ADHD. And if that hurts you, if you're triggered by that, oh well, go find someone else who continues to reinforce your feeling of victimhood, right? That continues to reinforce your belief that no matter what you try, you just can't read a fucking book. You've got some, whatever, okay? Nah, that's not what we do around here. What we do around here is we support empowering beliefs and help people really solve their actual problems, okay? So look, the first thing you can do, so meditation is very powerful, okay? Delete Instagram, delete Facebook, okay? Delete any source of scrolling through tiny bits of information, lots and lots of tiny bits of information, okay, in a small period of time, okay? And actually, don't necessarily delete. This is what they call dopamine detox. You don't need to do a dopamine detox, gimmicky trend. It'll work. It's amazing. You can if you want. That shit will obliterate your distractive problems, right? It's literally like television surfing from back in our parents' age, but it's even worse now. Pornography's really not good with these porn tube sites. Really fucks your focus because of all the different tabs you'll open, all the different videos, and the seeking, the constant seeking a new stimulus. All right, you don't need to do that entirely. Here's what you do. Limit your smartphone usage to 1 hour a day, preferably at the end of your day after you've already had a productive, focused day, okay? And even better would be 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, okay? Seriously, because we don't have a lot of fucking time in our day to be like wasting just scrolling through bullshit. Seriously, it's such a waste of time. Anyway, that shit hijacks your focus, okay? If you have to, delete your shit because it's addictive as hell. But I've mentioned before about how scrolling through social media, scrolling through the internet, links, Wikipedia even, unfortunately, it trains our brain to constantly be seeking the next cat video, the next random person on my Facebook that I don't actually know that well, the next acquaintance video, the next lifting video, or porn video, or the next herb video or supplement video, the next psychology video. So people, they will literally do watch later on the YouTube and have this long-ass playlist, 5,000 videos of watch later videos that they never even got around to watching because they're constantly seeking new information. They're not focusing on one thing at a time. And so, people, they'll be like, what's the best book ever? And they'll watch all these videos on the top 10 best books ever, or the top 10 supplements. They'll buy books that go into detail on all these different supplements. They'll get into biohacking and shit. And it's like they have a collection of supplements in their cabinet. They have a collection of books, and they never read these books. They just keep collecting books and collecting books and collecting fucking supplements and collecting videos on their watch later list. And they're seeking new video, new book, new this, new that. Instead of high quality focus on one thing at a time. So I've seen a lot of videos from people or Reddit posts from people where they're like, how come I can't get super into one game like I used to? I used to really just play a game, play it through the story mode and this and that. But now whenever I start up one game, I can't just keep playing that game. I have the urge to play a different game and a different game and a different game. It's like I have so many fucking games, I don't even know what to fucking play. And I spent years experiencing this phenomena. And I remember going to my therapist and talking to him about it. He didn't have a solution because he hasn't, he's so old and out of the loop. He's not involved in this this time of abundance. We have way too much information at our fingertips. Way too many different blog posts. You go on social media and you scroll through the news feed, you'll literally see 100 completely different 10-second videos now in 1 minute. 100 different 10-second videos per minute. And the information is getting smaller and more abundant as time goes on. So we're at a point where we have way too much shit cluttering our focus. You're training your brain to constantly be seeking new shit instead of focusing hyper-vigilantly or focusing deeply, not hyper-focusing on one thing at a time, quality focus, deep work, deep focus by Carl Newport, on one thing at a time and diving deep and going all in. So what do you do? What should you do? Remove all the abundance. Remove all the fucking novelty. You need to stop reinforcing those neural pathways. The skill. Unfocus is a skill. Your ability to not focus, it's a skill you've developed. You develop the skill of constantly seeking new shit. You develop the skill of not focusing. Okay? Stop it. Okay? And you have to literally sit there with a fucking book, read it from front to back. That is what you got to do. Start training your brain to be able to follow through it one thing at a time. You're going to hate it. It's going to be hard, but just like an exercise program. Okay? At first, it's effort. At first, the affirmations don't feel authentic, or reading that book feels like a stressful thing. But after a while, you read 20 pages, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I actually made some fucking progress. Every day, go back to that book. Start reading the pages. And it's okay, your mind's going to wander at first. Bring the focus back. That's what meditation actually is, you motherfuckers. Meditation is not like a bunch of neural beats or whatever, binaural beats and this and that. And, I meditate every day. I do gardening, or I do this, or I do that. It's like, yeah, it's cool. You got into a flow state. That ain't the same thing as sitting down and doing something fucking boring and focus and forcing your brain. It's not really force. It's actually noticing your brain goes off and then rechanneling your brain back to the present moment. That's what meditation is. Anything that you have a conscious intention of, you're reading a book, brain goes all into what happened yesterday, and what if that girl doesn't like me, and what if my boss this and that, and how am I going to do this and that, and your brain goes all over these directions. Taking those thoughts back to the present moment. Taking those thoughts back to, oh shit, yeah, okay. The book you're reading, the words on the page. It's a constant training the mind, and that it can't be a force. It's a relaxed type of guidance. You're reclaiming your brain. That's it. Your brain's been hijacked by social media. Your brain's been hijacked by pornography and all these things that make you want to constantly seek new information because it profits their platform. Bring it back. Netflix and all that shit. Video games these days. Microtransactions. Madness. Get rid of your PS4. Get rid of your PS5. All your new consoles. They all suck. Go back and get a damn PS2 or PS1 like I do. and experience the joy of actually having a brain now in our modern society where no one has a brain. Anyway, that is the easiest way to meditate. There's a lot of other ways. Listening to your breath for 10 minutes straight with no music, no interactions. Or listening to one song on repeat over and over again for 20 minutes. And channeling your mind back to the lyrics and listening to the lyrics. Another thing you can do, go out into a park in the middle of nowhere and just listen as far as you can. This one actually is the one that worked for me. And I have the worst monkey mind. Y'all think y'all have trouble focusing and y'all think you have a monkey mind? Try having 149 IQ in the second grade. All right? I don't know what my IQ is now. Because I think I've got significantly more intelligent. My capacity has actually grown over time, even though that's what an intelligent quota actually is supposed to be. Try having a crazy fucking IQ like I have. Okay? Y'all think, oh, I have ADHD, I can't focus. Motherfucker, are you kidding me? I have almost 150 IQ, damn it. And it took a long time for me to learn how to channel that. And I think a channeled high IQ actually kind of looks like madness. It kind of looks like someone who is just extremely childish, maybe. I don't know. All that mental energy has to go somewhere, you motherfuckers. So anyway, sit at a park and just listen into the distance. And every time your mind goes haywire, bring your focus back to the distance. This is also a practice of presence, being present to the moment. Eckhart Tolle and the power of now. Whoa! Yeah. Another thing, stop reading a bunch of bullshit about being an intuitive person or highly sensitive person or what's the other one? An empath. All that shit is just absolute quackery. Completely, well, I spent too much of my years reading bullshit like that. It's floaty nonsense, won't give you tangible results. Okay? Start to read, how the fuck can I empower myself? How can I get the results that I want in my life? Okay? And the first thing you got to do, how the fuck are you ever going to get results in your life if you can't fucking focus? All right, y'all. Meditation. Read fucking books. Okay? Do exercise. Lots and lots of exercise. Okay? Get your heart rate up past 120 beats per minute or whatever. And keep it there for like, I don't know, 20 to whatever, like a whole hour every fucking day. Exercise, train yourself, do jujitsu. That'll help you kind of learn to, overcome your wandering thoughts and detach yourself from the outcome, and how to deal with suffering. Because with jujitsu, for example, you have a 300-pound dude sweating on top of you and holding you down the ground, and you got to just learn how to deal with it. That's a lot of jiu-jitsu for the first couple months until you learn how to escape side control. Or if you're just like really strong, you bench press them off you. But not everyone's a sexy big wolf gang, right? Like me. Anyway, have a great day, y'all. Leave your question comments down below, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Let's go.